I'm Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for tuning in today. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube TV. Thanks so much to the sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. We have fifth graders from the Taylorville Junior High School in with us today, the class of 2031, from left to right. We have Amber Achenbach, Allie Cognac, and then on my right, we have Keegan Heimsness and Truman McKenzie. How are you guys doing today? Good. Thank you guys so much for coming in today. On my left, where we have Amber Achenbach and Allie Cognac, they are part of Tornadoes Together. The two boys on my right, they're with the STEM students over with Taylorville Junior High School. I love it. We're going to learn from them today. My first questions for the Tornadoes Together. What is Tornadoes Together, and where did you guys get this idea?
Okay, so Tornadoes Together is a program we created to give the FACES students a friend they can count on.
Okay.
The idea came from my friendship with Mia in third grade. She's one of the FACES students now at the junior high. I realized that she never really had a real friend before she met me. And I wanted all the FACES students to feel the same way Mia did when she realized what a friend was.
That's really, really amazing. And how does that make you feel to be able to provide that for your friends?
I mean, it makes me feel really good because then those FACES kids are getting the friend they can count on that they might have never had before.
Absolutely. You kind of just answered it right there. But how do you plan to help other students at Taylorville Junior High School with this?
The program has helped students at TJHS by showing them that even though some students may appear different, and maybe they are in some ways, they can always use a friend.
I can totally agree with you on that one right there. And have you guys been able to make some new friends through Tornadoes Together?
Yes, and I think the FACES kids have too. We kind of put them in groups with the students, kind of let the students choose a little bit to do with the FACES students, and it has gone really well. It's just we weren't sure if it was going to work, and it worked, and it's worked so well.
That's really, really great to hear that you guys are getting the response that you wanted from this. So let's talk about some of the activities that occur. What are some of your favorite moments from this so far? Let's talk about those.
Okay, so the activities that occur when we go into the classroom include crafts, and we're thinking about doing some outdoor enjoyment. My favorite moment so far was when the FACES kids and their buddies interacted without anyone asking. No one asked them to. They just started interacting with each other, even not just with their buddies, but two different groups were interacting and having fun. And it was just so amazing.
That is really, really amazing. What kind of crafts were involved? Can you remember any of the fun crafts?
Yes, the craft that we did just this week was a guinea pig craft.
Oh.
And the FACES kids, it was like cut and glue. And so they had to trace it, and then they had to glue it together. And the FACES kids got to choose whatever colors they wanted, and they could add accessories to them, and they could do collars with their names on them. And each one had a unique name, and they were all unique to them.
Very cool. Amber, did you have a favorite craft that you're remembering right now?
I think that my favorite craft was the guinea pig because you got to see how everybody was so excited about it.
Oh, absolutely, guys. This is sounding like a really fun thing, and you guys have been having a good time with it. People have been making friends. Would you say that's what it's all about?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a simple program. Together, Tornadoes Together. This is a very, very important one. So do you plan to continue this program in the following years?
You want to go ahead and read it?
Yes, we hope and we believe that Tornadoes Together will continue. And someday we hope that this program will not be needed.
We hope that they will do it on their own without anyone asking them to.
Eventually, it'll just be the natural way.
Yeah, we won't have to have Tornadoes Together to make them together. They'll do it themselves.
You guys will just be Tornadoes Together always.
Yeah.
I love that. I think you guys are doing a really good job with that. And you guys are fifth graders. Let's get that out to the people. You guys are only fifth graders. It seems like you guys are almost leading the way here for the fifth graders. Would you kind of say that?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are kind of setting the tone for the setting an example for other students to follow. You guys have any other students kind of expressed to you guys that they're happy with the program?
Yes, I know. After activities, I'll ask some of my friends, at recess, hey, did you have fun? And they always say, yes, I thought it was really fun. And they said, I got to do this with my buddy, and it was cool.
Absolutely.
Or my buddy liked this, or something like that. And it's just like that's great. Like, you don't want to have to tell them to interact. You want them to interact.
Without a doubt. And that's your guys' goal for this to, at some point, you don't even have to be called Together Tornadoes anymore. You turn Tornadoes Together. I really love that. Guys, anything else you want to add? We can come back to you and have some more conversations. But anything you want to add before we move to our STEM guys over here?
I think if once we go through 8th grade and we are still using Tornadoes Together, we're hoping to pass it down to 5th graders like us.
Sure.
So that we can continue.
Yeah. I really love it. Those are all really good things right there. Speaking on that was Amber Achenbach and Ali Cognac, all really great things we heard from there. Now we're going to move over to the STEM boys over here. Keegan Heinznes, Truman McKenzie, talk to me a little bit about STEM. What's our first question here? How was your experience presenting to so many people at the Rochester STEM Fair? What technology did you feature at your booth?
So we featured the Spheros at our booth. And basically, a Sphero is a little robot that you control by dragging and dropping, kind of like coding is what you want to call it, I guess.
You were behind the scenes on that code. I'm so not ready for the coding conversation yet. But you're talking to me about a robot you can pick up and move, but you're doing the coding aspect?
It's just kind of drag and dropping and typing numbers or stuff like that. But yes, you can write JavaScript and everything on it to make it do about anything.
You're making this sound up.
Yes, and it has a gyroscope in it to make it move, basically.
Okay. Would you like to speak on the Sphero a little bit? You want to make it just a little bit more clear for us? Any other different ways you want to explain that?
We used them in the middle of the school year, like at the beginning. For the water cycle, you had to try to code it to do a full loop around a map that had the water cycle on it.
Okay. A lot of people out there would have no idea how hard it is to get a website to look how a website looks, or just the way you explained it, to get a water cycle motion to happen on a screen. You guys kind of have a better idea of the coding behind that now, would you say?
Yeah.
Did you guys get to actually do some coding, some typing?
Yeah.
Really?
Kind of.
We didn't get to do JavaScript or anything because that's really complicated.
It's extremely complicated.
My dad does JavaScript. It's very, very complicated.
Yeah, I'm friends with some computer science guys out there, and those guys are set up pretty well. I really love it. Let's talk about some other STEM exhibits that interested you guys at the fair. What got you excited?
There were a bunch of drones, and there was one that was 6 feet wide, 6 feet long. It was big and everything, but there's also robots. The robots were pretty cool. You had there was one robot you could just control it with some little remote controller or whatever that you could just race with it.
Very cool, very cool. What were you seeing over there, Truman?
I think my favorite was probably the robots.
The robots, okay. And then when you guys see these, are you just even more interested in the coding aspect of it all? Do you guys want to stay in science, technology, engineering, math? Does that interest you guys?
I've been interested in STEM since 3rd grade now.
Really?
I've always wanted to join it.
3rd grade? Yeah, you guys are at the beginning of your academic careers here, and it sounds like in the next couple of years here, you're going to have some opportunity to get involved with STEM. So that sounds like something you'll be getting yourself involved with there. Very cool. Very cool. Awesome, guys. All right, let's keep it moving here. Were you surprised by the number of people interested in your activity? Were people coming up to your guys' booth asking about Sphero?
Oh, yeah, definitely. There was we were kind of right by the entrance when people first walked in. There was a bunch of there's a wide age variety of people that were interested. And everybody thought it was cool.
How could you not? And a lot of foot traffic where the booth was. That'll help you out. Did you have to field some questions? Were you guys answering any questions?
A little bit. There is pretty much just at the beginning, whenever they wonder how to code it, that's where you get to answer the most questions.
Yeah, those are some tough questions to ask. Keegan, you were nodding your head there a little bit. Did you answer any questions?
A few, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them just basically ask simple ones like, how do I get it to move? And then just simple stuff like that. And we had a huge age variety. There were some 2-year-olds trying it out. I think there was, he was about a 2-year-old. And then there were adults that were interested in it, everything.
Very cool. Yeah, a lot of people were interested in that. I love it. And very user-friendly, it sounds like, if a 2-year-old was able to use that, guys. And for your final question over here, what do you hope to learn now that you guys kind of have a nice foundation, a nice baseline of science and technology? You guys are really interested in it. What do you hope to learn next? Are you interested in anything else?
I hope to learn how to write JavaScript because my dad does that a lot. That's something very interesting to me.
Really valuable skill I've learned as I've entered into the workforce. You're going to be a commodity someday. That's really very cool. Over here, do you have anything that you want to be interested or experience in your next couple of years of schooling?
I think it's I have built with we started building an underwater robot with my dad, and I thought that was really cool.
An underwater robot.
Yeah. And I just think coding is also really cool.
Yeah, you guys are on the right track right there, and I love the path you guys are setting up for yourselves right now. We're talking to some 5th grade students from Taylorville Junior High School. From left to right, it's Amber Achenbach, Ali Cognac, Keegan Heimsness, and Truman McKenzie. We're going to hear more from Principal Eric Bruder, Matt Peabody, and Dean of Students Jody Ackery. When we come back from this break, I'm Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back.
Your information station, WTIM.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn, beans, and wheat all steady at this hour. May corn down half a penny, 4.30 July corn, 4.42 down 3/4. New crop December, 4.66 1/4 down a penny. May beans 11.48 3/4 up 3 3/4. July beans up 3, 11.63. New crop November, 11.59 1/2 up a penny. May Chicago wheat down 1 1/2, 5.48 1/4. July wheat 5.63 down 1 3/4. May bean meal 337.60 up 2.30. May bean oil $45 even, up 9 cents. Livestock market, April feeders 240.72 up 37 cents. April live cattle 181.02 down 47 cents. May lean hogs 94.50. That's down 22 cents. Energy market at this hour, May crude oil futures 84.76 down 60 cents. Jim Taylor on the RFD Radio Network.
Hi everyone, Brandon Bible here, your local country financial representative at 1305 West Presser in Taylorville. Myself, along with my wife Samantha and our assistant Nicole Patrick, are proud to recognize the Tornado student athletes that represent our community by being the exclusive sponsor of WTIM Brandon Bible Country Financial Player of the Game during Tornado sports broadcast this school year. WTIM announcers will select a player at the end of each game who will receive a certificate for being named our Player of the Game. Good luck to all teams this season, and go Tornadoes!
I'm Will Perkins, President and CEO of the Taylorville Community Credit Union. TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Miller Media Group Community Spotlight, allowing a different nonprofit organization to be highlighted on WTIM, WMKR, and WRAN each month.
The Senior Citizens of Christian County is located at 701 West Adams in Taylorville. We provide many important services to seniors in Christian County. I am Jennifer Verardi, the Executive Director of the Senior Center, and I would like to let you know that our Senior Center provides services strictly on a donation basis. Lunch is served Monday through Friday at 11:30, and Meals on Wheels is offered to those who are homebound. Please call us at 824-4263 for more information on our services.
This is Cammie Payne, General Manager of the Miller Media Group. We, along with TCCU, are proud to bring you the Community Spotlight each month.
TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Miller Media Group Community Spotlight. Come join us. You'll wonder why you waited. Member NCUA.
Just Beds are the yawn exterminators, and they can give you a better night's sleep. Choose from Bemco, Chatham & Wells, Sealy, Simmons, and Tempur-Pedic. Find out the many models and styles available on their updated website by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Thank Byers Chiropractic in Pana for all your spring and summer aches, pains, and injuries. Let me, Dr. Bill Byers, and Dr. Ethan Harper help you. Learn more at byerschiro.com or click on my banner at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
And welcome back to WTIM, your information station. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thanks so much to the sponsors that make these conversations possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. And Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. In the first half, we talked to the 5th graders at Taylorville Junior High. I want to read off those names again for you because they did such a great job. Amber Achenbach, Ali Cognac, and they are with the Tornadoes together. Just a really great initiative. We're going to learn a little bit more about it here in just a little bit. We also had Keegan Heimsness and Truman McKenzie talking about the great STEM fair you guys were involved with. Just really great words from them. Now we got the people that make it all possible here. We have Principal Eric Bruder in the middle. We have Matt Peabody. Matt Peabody is the Student Services Coordinator, and Jody Ackery, Dean of Students. Thank you guys for bringing us some great students today.
Yeah, our pleasure. Yeah.
Really, really fun conversation there. Let's get into it just a little bit with you guys here. Let's talk about activities, probably after-school club type activities offered at Taylorville Junior High School.
Okay, well, we've got a litany, so I wrote a little list here so I wouldn't forget. This is both during school and after school. Cool. So we have office assistants, and they help our administrative assistants run notes and take care of logistics. Student Council, they're tremendously active. That's our student leadership governance group. They have an executive branch as well as just a general council. They make a lot of important decisions and support a lot of activities throughout the school year. We have the jazz band, and those are our advanced band students. We have media assistants who work in the library with Mr. Joshua Dively. We have the drama club, which is on their second production this year. We have Dungeons and Dragons at the junior high, and that's a niche club. It's got a lot of kids. The Builders Club, that is a lead into the Key Club at the high school, and we're sponsored by Kiwanis locally. We have speech contest, the IESA, Lego Robotics, Homework Help Club after school, Scholastic Bowl, which is like Quiz Bowl. And currently we have an art club that's very active as well. So a lot of different clubs that fit a lot of different interests.
Yeah, totally. I was going to say so many different topics
Absolutely.
are covered right there. Dungeons and Dragons, even you're getting in there.
This was not like my junior high. We had like maybe 3 things.
Yeah, I am trying to think of other than sports and the musical.
That was it.
Not too much else to get involved with there. I love that. And are you seeing participation signups maybe already getting going for those?
Yeah, our numbers are really good with all of our organizations.
That's really great.
We've actually kind of went down to 5th grade. As you can see, we've had an untapped resource in years past. You know, the 5th graders come in and they're kind of relegated to their own classroom. They don't do the whole junior high where you trade classes or change classes every hour. So there was some untapped potential there. So the student council has also been open to them for a semester so they can get a taste of student governance as well as, again, put forth their own ideas for participation and leadership, as you heard earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. Have to get the 5th graders' input into those council meetings.
Class of 2031.
2031. I'm still trying to process that class of 2031 there, but that's really awesome. And again, the students over there, they're off camera right now, but they were in the first half. If you didn't see that first half, go watch it when this is posted. It was really great. But we're learning about all the clubs offered over at Taylorville Junior High School from Principal Eric Bruder. So many topics, so many things to be involved with there. Anything else that you wanted to cover there with the clubs?
A lot of the clubs give back to the community.
Yes, yeah.
We have the Builders Club. We've had a couple of food drives to benefit our community for sure, and we know that need is there. Stuco, they always do something for our first responders every year. Who else? Yeah, it's a constant give back. We look for ways to kind of support different organizations. The Kiwanis Club is one of them as well.
You mentioned huge ones with the food pantry right there, Taylorville Food Pantry. Yeah, like you said, a huge need, and we got people on the case there getting donations.
Absolutely.
Probably a good opportunity with schools, I would assume, for those donations. You can bring in students with a couple of cans of something.
Oh my gosh, the kids are so generous, and they run the whole deal.
Wow.
So,
wow.
yeah.
Really, really cool stuff right there. I wanted to shift gears just a little bit. I wanted to learn a little bit more about the Tornadoes Together program with Matt Peabody. Matt Peabody is the student services coordinator, and we were hearing from the 2 students that are kind of heading that up. I love the sound of it. Can you continue that conversation a little bit?
Yeah, it's been a really inspirational group. This was just started by 2 students in 5th grade who saw a need at our school to include some students who maybe get left out socially. At times. So this is our life skills group. This is our most neediest students. And they saw a disconnect there with the rest of our student population. And so they approached Mr. Bruder and Mrs. Acree and our assistant principal, Mrs. Wise, and myself. And we kind of just got our heads together and made their vision kind of turn into a reality of how to reach these kids socially and provide some opportunities for 5th graders to connect with them kind of on a weekly basis. And so through crafts and activities, we've tried to make that happen. It's been super successful and really inspiring.
Just so great to hear. And is instilling these values of becoming friends with a life skills student from a 5th grade standpoint, and it's going to come naturally, as they said, in the future here. Guys, we're already out of time. Jody, do you have one thing you want to add there? You had one thing to talk about?
No, I was just going to say we've had great things with our PBA that's going on. Our attendance rates are going up, and we're really thrilled to have kids at school and doing all the great things that they're doing.
It's hard to get involved with all these great clubs and STEM and, just being involved with this school without being in attendance. So it's really great to know all those types of things. Guys, I really appreciate everyone for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, guys. We had 5th graders from the Taylorville Junior High. It was Amber Achenbach, Allie Cognac, Keegan Heimsness, and Truman McKenzie right in front of me right now. We had Principal Eric Bruder. We had Matt Peabody, Student Services Coordinator, and Jody Acree, Dean of Students. It was a great show there. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for listening.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.